Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Baker, and we're going to resume our talk about kinesiology, which is the study of human movement. As you can see from the board, kinesiology is divided actually into four parts. We have kines, which means literally to move. log actually means study of. Now, the Y part means state of, so we're going to ignore that for a moment. So when we talk about kinesiology, it literally means the study or science of movement, of human movement. Okay, let's go down a little bit. To move, one needs the following: skeletal muscle, which is involved in voluntary movement. We discussed that the very first week. A neuron or a nerve cell is responsible for action potential, or in layman's term, a shock to another neuron or skeletal muscle. Now, joint or articulation is a set of bones, like your ankle joint, your hip joint, knee, shoulder, stuff like that. Okay, lastly, we're talking about connective tissue. Now, connective tissue involves really four different types, actually more than four. But we're going to talk about the four because they're related to human movement. Uh, to give you a definition, it has to do with a group of cells bound to joints or skeletal muscle. Now, the ones that are bound to joints are ligaments and tendons. So the ligaments, as we discussed the second or third week, has to do with bone to bone. So let's say, example, if you're an athlete and someone broadsides you, at the knee, then ACL might be torn. ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament, which is one example of a ligament, and it tears. So a ligament tears due to impact, but in contrast, a tendon, which connects bone to muscle, inflames and swells up. So if you were an athlete and if you were given the choice between tendonitis and a ligament tear, of course you would take the tendon inflammation because that can actually heal due to rest and ice. Whereas ligament tear, there's reconstructive surgery. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the right. I'm going to talk about the different types of planes, anatomical planes. One of the planes you would be concerned with would be sagittal. Sagittal plane divides the body into left and right halves. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about the anatomical positions with the next slide. Frontal has to do with the division of the body into front and back halves. So again, just like the very first plane you're going to see in illustration. And finally, we're going to talk about transverse plane, which divides the body into top and bottom halves. Okay, so that's basically kinesiology in a nutshell. So the next video we're going to see would actually talk a little bit more about the about motor units, kinesiology, and the planes. So I'll see you in a little bit.